Okay, let's try that again. So Amanda has been officially coaching since January of this year. She became a challenger in November. You'll hear after much tug of war with myself. However, she's been doing so good. She has hit Success Club every single month except for one. Most of them have been Success Club 10. She is like the silent knight who just swoops under the radar in Team VIP, but she's over here just killing it, and she's so incredible. So I'm really excited for her to speak. So Amanda, you can unmute yourself, and then the floor is yours. I'll mute myself.
Okay, do I need to record, or you've got that?
I got it.
All right. Okay, hey Team VIP. I am super nervous and super excited. Hopefully you'll see my face for a while. My camera's a little janky right now, but it is what it is. So I am excited to lead team call tonight, and I'm going to share my screen if it will work. Let's see. Okay, so can you see what I see? All right, I got a thumbs up, so we're going. Okay, and then someone let me know if you can't see what I've got going on. So the title of tonight's call is Restoration, and it's all about what's your story. So we're going to talk about being brief, being bright, and being you. So a little piece of me, there's supposed to be pictures there. I swear to God it worked a few moments ago, but it's not now, so it's okay. So I'm a wife to an amazing guy named Eli. I'm also a mama to a 5-year-old superhero. The superhero changes by day. I teach kindergarten, and I'm a trailblazer, which is just like a team leader for kinder and first. And as my lovely upline coach Jessica talked about, I started coaching in January. And then when I was asked about a month ago to lead team call, I almost did what I did when I was first asked to join this entire lifestyle, not respond, but I decided to go ahead and respond. So how I came to be, I started out as one of those eye-rolling Facebook watchers. I ignored messages. I was reluctant. I had that mentality of, yeah, right, not me, that works for her, not gonna work for me. I even had a friend who was with Jessica doing challenge groups, and I was telling my friend, yeah, I'm never gonna portion control, meal prep, nothing, totally not my style. Then I became a challenger, and I was hesitant at best. And then I became this coach, and totally out of my comfort zone, still surely is. If you would look at my background and history of my life, nutrition and fitness was nowhere in the mix. I mean, I played the flute, and I was as athletic as it got. So we'll look into the first contact, the very first time that Jessica ever reached out to me. It was April 2016. It was one evening, and she's like, hey, I don't know if you've seen my post. I think you'd make a great coach, yada, yada, no pressure. But here's the deal. She had been watching my Facebook, and while it wasn't just this random invite to coach, she had seen me post about PIO workouts, and she could totally correct me if I'm wrong, because she had to have dug deep and literally like followed my Facebook post. And so she watched me post about PIO. I'm sure she watched me post about Hammer and Chisel, and she may not have known that as soon as I did that, I went and ate Steph Crest's pizza, but it is what it is. And so it was just this no pressure thing. And did I respond? Absolutely not. So second reach out follow-up, she checked back with me. Hey, crazy girl who doesn't respond, did you see my last message? Hope you're having a great Sunday. And I actually responded. I responded. I'm like, hey, Jessica, I do love seeing all your posts. I probably need to be coach rather than coach. And that's crazy huge, because as though I responded, I never really had the intention to ever join her. I was like, I'm going to be nice and say this is great, but no way. I totally need some coaching. So then she reaches out, again, and she's like, that's perfect too. I've got a group going on. And she asked me a question that, whoa, what are your top goals? And I didn't respond to her. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't thinking about it. That question resonated with me. And while I would work out and still go eat crap, it really did make me think, what are my top goals? I don't even know. And so then the third follow-up, she just sent a birthday message. Even though I hadn't responded to her, she didn't give up to me, and she's like, happy birthday, whatever. Who's not going to reply back to someone who tells you happy birthday? You got to be nice. And I'm like, thanks a million. So then the fourth follow-up was an invite to an actual challenge group. And again, you can see I did not respond. So she talked about not sure if it's something you're interested in, wanted to see just in case, because I know you'd love it, no pressure, just let me know. And so then she left me alone because I hadn't responded. But that didn't mean she gave up on me. 5 months later, y'all, 5 whole months, she reached out and talked about Happy November. I've got a group going on, and it was a core de force group. And it was perfectly timed for me. I was at a new campus. I had a double leadership role. I had new team dynamics. And from literally April, that, if you'll think back, that's the first time she reached out to me. From April till November, I had gained 12 to 15 pounds in my new position. And that was crazy for me. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, hey, if I would have just joined this girl way back when, maybe I wouldn't be where I'm at. But I love this quote, if you can see it on the screen. Life is all about timing. The unreachable becomes reachable. The unavailable becomes available. The attainable, attainable. Have the patience. Wait it out. It's all about timing. So the tip is to make sure those follow-ups are happening. Guys, they are crucial to someone starting their very own journey. And how freaking special will it be for you to be part of someone's story one day? So here's my transformation, my very first one, mind, body, and soul. And that was after 30 days of core de force. I lost 11.2 pounds. I was down 13 inches. I can remember sending this photo to Jessica and was like, this is for your eyes only. Please do not share with the world. This is just for you. But oh my gosh, I should have joined you sooner. But what did it take? It took follow-ups. It took me seeing her being consistent in her daily journey. She was relatable to me. She was this mom. She was like having her second kid. I don't know. She's like 6 months pregnant or something and had abs, was ripped with a toddler running around. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even get out of bed. It was this new workout program. It spiked my interest. Like right now, Shift Shop, everybody's onto that. And that's what's going to be the game changer for someone. Because, punching people is frowned upon. And I was at a stressful time in my life, but core de force let me release some stress, and it just came perfectly. More importantly, what did it feel like? It felt like kindness before business. She stayed persistent. She was patient with me. And never, not once, y'all, did I ever feel like I was some dollar sign or some stinking success club point. Now, did that fit her coach goals? Did me taking 7 months to say yes match her team volume and her alignment? No, it probably didn't. But did I ever personally know that? Absolutely not. So posting. What you post matters. It matters to those innocent bystanders watching and longing secretly for this life like yours. Be consistent. They're gonna commit, even when you think nobody's watching you, even when you have like 2 likes, whatever. You're reaching out to, yes, your tribe and those people that are like you and all of that, but you're also posting for those eye-rolling, non-responding social media scrollers, because they will become challengers one day in time, and they will go from challengers to coaches. You just watch. So there's my full transformation. 2012, I had my first son. I gained about 40 pounds with him because my husband's a really great cook, and we had carb, yellow, all over the plate. Vegetables, I didn't really eat them. Water, I didn't really drink it. I know. I had like flavored water. I don't know. It is what it is. 2014, 2 years later, right? I'd lost about 20 pounds by these naturally slim principles. I could have 2 peanut butter crackers every 2 hours. I could eat every 5 hours. I literally could only eat for 10 minutes at a time. I lost 20 pounds, but that's not attainable. I don't even like peanut butter crackers now because of that. And there I am, April 2016, probably the same very week that Jessica first reached out to me. And y'all, I was thriving. I was hungry. I was thriving. I was drinking chalky shakes, and I was pill popping before I could even get out of bed. Now, how crazy, I know. And then 2017, July, here we are. After 8 months of being intentional, and after my coach believed in me at a time in my life, I didn't even believe in myself. So don't stress about the plexers and the pink drinkers, the thrivers, the ketoers, juicers, pill takers, starvation dieters, peanut butter crackers every 2 hours, gymaholics, because you sharing your personal journey and your success, and more importantly, your struggles, because we've all got them, that's going to be what makes someone make the shift, not just Shift Shop, but make that mental, mind, body, soul shift in time. And so here's the good stuff. Inhale confidence, exhale doubt. I had to literally print this out. Y'all, my vision board, it was there. It was on the wall. It was blank. I had to literally print this out. Fears and apprehensions, going live. I know it sounds silly. I absolutely hate it. Why? Because moments like tonight, my camera's not even working. I've got like this little hookup here that's kind of like bootleg. It is what it is. Silly, sure. But it's real talk for me. I don't know. I don't like seeing eyeballs pop up with numbers by them. I'm like, who's a creeper on the other end of the eyeball? It freaks me out. And they're even on my friends list. I know. But I love to write. So you know what? In this business, you do you. Don't be a carbon copy of somebody. If you like going live, do it. If you don't, just remember, as I'm talking to myself here, step out of your comfort zone. So for me, I don't really like going live, but I started going live in my challenge groups. So I'm getting, a little bit better at this, but that's huge because they get to see me. They get to hear my voice. And that is just a game-changing experience for those challengers. And using that audio option, I never even knew what that microphone was for until Jessica started sending me these random voice messages. That's awesome. For new challengers, for old challengers, for everybody in between, for your mom, it doesn't even matter. Use it because your realness and authenticity is genius in this business. So the struggle. I love this quote on the side because it sums it up for us. You've got a choice. You can throw in the towel or you can use it to wipe your sweat off your face. This is great. I was rocking and rolling. I'm hitting Success Club 10. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm all about it. Got my family involved, got my friends involved, and then June happens. And I teach, so naturally I'll compare this to teachers and kids. Kids, over the summer, something happens. They're like all on this great reading level, and then boom, summer slide. Some of them don't even open a book. They watch nothing but SpongeBob, and they come back in August. It's like, who are you? What happened? You've lost some levels here. I did the summer slide as a teacher coach. I didn't have a tracker per se. My spiral kind of just sat there in my teacher bag that had been left since May. It is what it is. But last month, I didn't hit Success Club. Everybody on the team is like going to Summit, and I'm seeing all these posts, and it was at a time that my husband had something going on. It didn't happen for me. And I was just like bummed out, man. Responses like from inviting to people that just, I haphazardly did, they were kind of harsh. Like, stop talking to me, I don't want to talk to you. Or the non-responders, not at all. So my ego took a beating. And so I had this pity party. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break from coaching. I'm going to quit altogether. This isn't for me. It was great for the ride. Woohoo, wonderful. It's just not for me. I can't do this. I'm surprised I lasted longer than a month. I had all these mental things happening. And you know what? I wasn't even doing personal development. Let's be real. So then I thought about, I literally had the text written out to Jessica. I was just going to ask for a pass for like team call. Because my thoughts were like, who in the heck on Team VIP wants to hear from a non-Success Club coach? No, not happening. But I was like, you know what? Maybe this will reach out to someone else out there who struggled. Because yes, it is great and it's wonderful, but struggle happens to all of us in different ways. And so even the struggle of me wanting to help people who their finances aren't there, even though they're going to McDonald's and Starbucks and wherever else, I'm like, please just listen to me. That's hard for me. Or those random people who were like, hey, I lost 6 pounds. I'm so excited. And then they go on vacation and didn't take it with them. And then they don't even talk to me. I'm like, did you fall off the face of the earth? Are you alive? Are you okay? What happened? That's struggle for me, man. I want to help you. Let me. So fitness journeys, we all have it. And we've slipped up. We really do. But when we slip up, what do? We go back and we revisit our why. Coaching journey has to be the exact same way. You've got to treat it like your health and fitness transformation. The same goes with your coaching journey. Revisit your why. Why in the world did you even sign up to coach to begin with when you hit those bottom moments? So never let a stumble be the end of your journey. Eating a taco, having a handful of chips and queso, a cupcake, doesn't mean you're going to quit your healthy life. And don't judge me, that happened all this summer and probably a little bit more that I left off. But not hitting coaching goals doesn't mean you quit coaching. Don't be Amanda. Don't wait till 7 months later. And don't say you're going to quit. May, I didn't hit Success Club till like the very last day. I was like, Dad, please, you need this in your life. Come on, help me out. June, it didn't happen. People use your tracker. It's there for a reason. Don't be like me. My tracker for June was ridiculous. July, I'm going to be real, it almost didn't happen. I was sitting in like Success Club 4. I'm like, woohoo, oh my gosh, this is great. And something happened. My mindset was different this time though, because June I wasn't doing personal development, and July I was. I was like, July 1, we're doing this. I had a girl. She was like, hey, I'm interested in Shakeology. I want to know about the vegan. We got all into it. I gave her all these options to save money and discount coach this and that, the whole 9 yards. What did homegirl do? She signed up for Shakeology, not on Home Direct. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I had a spaz attack. And I'm like, Jessica, what in the world? And then I was like, you know what? I can handle this. because sometimes I'll text her and then it just like helps me think. So do that for your coaches. Be that person that if they send you a random text, be like, it's okay. We'll get you through this. So I decided to go big or go home, right? Because I'm like, I could sit there and leave it like this. Probably not going to end up with someone else over the next 3 days. I need this to happen. So I sent one of those audio messages that freaked me out. I did it anyways. And so I talked to her. I was like, hey, girl, I saw that you ordered. I'm so excited for Shakeology to be in your life, but I wanted to see if I could get you to cancel that order and try this way. And I told her basically this. I said, hey, look, when I have someone's name attached to a home, auto shipment, it just attaches your name to me, puts you as part of my team of me helping people for the long term. That's it. I didn't talk about Success Club. I didn't talk about money made. I didn't talk about team volume. I was just like, I want you to be a part of this list of people that I have that shows that I'm helping others, and I want it to be a long-term thing for you, not just a month. She's like, hey, she called me right away. She's like, oh my gosh, tell me the steps. What do I need to do? I'm all in. She's like, and I'm thinking about being a discount coach. She's like, but give me some time on that, but I will change this. She literally called Beachbody, went through that whole ordeal, did it. I offered her, I was like, give me your address. Let me send you a sweet gift. And she's like, no, girl, I'm so excited you're going to be helping me out. I'm all pumped up. But guys, don't let that stumble be the end of your journey. Don't even think for a second that someone's not going to want your help. And do what I did. I mean, reach out and call them, man. That was scary as heck. I did not want to have to do that. Once you get somebody signed up, you really don't want to tell them, hey, can you cancel that? But if she would have listened in the first place, we wouldn't have had to go through that. I'll take credit for that. So hometown Julie, I get this message when I'm having my pity party. I'm like, I'm quitting coaching. I can't do it. Now, you wouldn't have noticed that on Facebook if you had me as a friend. I really didn't put that out there. I kept doing my thing, but I was in my mind, that mental game, it was tough. And I get this message one day, and she's like, I love seeing your story, and I often wonder, what is mine? Y'all, focus on being that for someone. That was it for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even reached out to this girl. I had no idea she was even paying attention to anything I was doing. And she talked to me about this story, my story. I have a story. Oh my gosh, like, someone wants to see your story and they want to pick it up like their favorite book and read pieces of it each day. So it's our obligation. It's our blessed privilege to help someone else out there find their story simply by sharing our own. And a little disclaimer on the bottom there. While Julie hasn't really fully committed just yet, it's pretty highly likely she's just another Amanda Santos waiting for that unperfectly perfect time that's right in her life. So the key is personal development. Once I got that, story, I was like, man, all right. I got to keep this up. I can do this, even if it's just that one person, even if it's just Julie that is seeing me and watching me and even caring about anything I'm doing. I'm going to go all in. And thinking about those Success Club points as translating to people and the lives changed for the better. Because while I didn't make Success Club in June, more importantly, that means I didn't help anybody new. And that kind of tugs on your heartstrings. And so making that mental shift, for me, before Shift Shop even came out, I had to realize, I preach about the mind, body, and soul thing, but you got to be a product of a product, but you got to believe what you say you believe in. Because I was saying that, but I wasn't necessarily believing it because my body was doing things, but my mind wasn't with me. And so then I heard on a team call something about Miracle Morning. And I'm like, yeah, okay, because my morning is, I get up, I do the thing, but I'm not really happy about it. I just do it because it's what I do. And so I started in July. I was like, if I'm going to stick with personal development, I've got to have somebody hold me accountable, just like those stinking portion control containers and just like working out and drinking Shakeology. So I started having a personal development accountability group all on Miracle Morning. I put it out there. I was like, hey, I'm going to be doing this book study. You can do it on audio free for the first 14 days. You don't even have to buy the book unless you really like to. And we're going to go from pressing snooze and hating our mornings to setting our alarm intentionally to be awesome, being the game-changing moments for our busy mornings as moms. And so this has been huge. I had 2 people in July just from my Miracle Morning Challenge group signed up as discount coaches from this. And so, like I said, I'm a teacher, so I'm going to relate it to students. Before I can teach those kids in my classroom, I have to build their trust. We have to have this positive relationship before any learning can ever take place. And we've got to have that as challengers and coaches. You've got to have that same approach. You've got to build their trust. So that for me was huge, because some people don't want to necessarily hear about the fitness piece and all of that. They're like me. Yeah, that works for you, but it ain't going to work for me. That was my mentality. People have that out there. So building trust in a different way. And sure, Miracle Morning later talks about the exercise thing, but we took like a little approach each day. And so that didn't come till later. And when that happened, the day it was like, hey, add in exercise in your morning, that day, within 2 days, I had 2 friends from that group say, hey, let me in on whatever you're doing. And they signed up. So that's something to think about. And some of you probably already do this, but it's something that I added that really helped me out in July. So taking it one step at a time. You guys, we all lace up our shoes the same way, and we all have a heart that beats. And the same is true for those people who are watching you on Facebook. They lace up their shoes the exact same way. They've got hearts that beat. You've got to build that relationship with them and that positive trust, because you got to be relatable, and you have to build something that they will believe in. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Don't be like me. When the going gets tough, don't sit there and have a pity party for yourself. Get up and move, push harder, do something different, and really focus on what you did. When I looked at my tracker, I was like, oh, well, that's probably why I didn't hit Success Club. I was too busy going to the Frio River and pretending I didn't have service. Fine, maybe I should have stayed home and not vacation so much. So restoration, the title is Restoration. What's your story? When you restore something, you build it new. You change it up a little bit and you make it new. Restore your inner challenger. I had to do that, y'all. I had to be like, first of all, I signed up as a challenger for me. Go back to portions, stop eating the pizza and all of these things, and really think about me, why I started to be a challenger to begin with. And in turn, restore your coach business. So bring them both back to life. Make them new, make them improved, because the reality is you can't hire anybody else to restore you. You got to be the one to take action. So portion control, we do that all the time, right? We talk about it. We talk about these containers and these colors, but many of you probably have already thought about this, but then I started thinking this month about portion control containers and their colors and applying them to my life. Now, these colors don't necessarily have to align with what your own things are, but this is what I did for myself. So I thought, you know what, that red container, love. You got to love your family. You got to be loving your friends. You got to love yourself. You have to take a moment to do that. Those yellows, because I really like the yellows, I decided to put sunshine. You got to create your own sunshine on the darkest of days, because days sometimes get dark. Let's be real. Be the light for others, because you can be, and you do it every day. So believe in that. The green is for having a growth mindset. Y'all believe you can, and you're halfway there. Don't sit there and be like, I'm at Success Club 4. This isn't going to happen. Make it happen. If you haven't hit Success Club yet, you've still got time. Make it happen. Have that growth mindset. Just do it. Believe you can. You're halfway there. Purple is for your soul. Do something. Find something that sets your soul on fire. If you're struggling, get it going. Meditate. Pray. It doesn't even matter. Read. But you got to align your heart with your thoughts. That has to be key. Those blue containers are my favorite. They're also my favorite, yellow and blues. I know it's bad. Peace. Create peace that flows in your life. Orange, silence. Just breathe, y'all. Take a minute. When I started getting up in the morning and just sitting still in silence, huge game-changing experience for me. Because normally it's get up, rush, hustle, bustle of the day. No, just taking 1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 seconds to sit in silence. And your daily dose of positive affirmations. If you're not doing them, do them. If you've been doing them but you're not consistent, get consistent, because it is what's going to change your life. They don't have to be long and drawn out, but you have to make sure you're setting the attitude of your day right from the very get-go, from the moment before your feet ever even hit the ground. So to end with, I love this quote because pineapple's like my favorite fruit too. Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, be sweet on the inside. And you know those pineapples, they have those little spikes. Guys, there's lots of negativity out there. You're going to see it. You're going to hear it. People are ruthless. They're mean sometimes. Get your spikes up in the sweetest of ways. And so remember to be brief, be bright, be the light for someone else, and be you. That's it. It's a wrap.
Amanda, you are like the greatest thing since sliced bread, okay? That was so good. That was so good. Okay, I'm going to open it up. You can unshare if you want. That way you can see everyone's faces. But I'm going to open it up. If you have questions or for something for Amanda, just unmute yourself so that she can hear you. And I will mute myself so that I'm not interfering.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Amanda, your call was so good. And I saw that change in you in July. Like, you were sharing transformation photos left and right, and like, it got my attention. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this girl is serious. And I often think, like, sometimes when I'm looking at other coaches' stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I already wasn't a coach and already somebody else's challenger, like, I would reach out to you. And like, I would have reached out to you so many times. So keep doing it. I loved what you said about, being a teacher. I'm a teacher too, and I have a lot of teachers on my team. And on my team, we've talked a lot about just the struggles of summer. And I had several coaches that had hit Success Club every single month since they started. And then June came and they're like, I'm on vacation. I don't know how to work my business anymore. So I love what you said. And I'm just going to boost this call and my team, because the teacher struggle is real in the summer when you're working a business on the side. So thank you for being so real about that and just showing us how to kind of grab a hold of it and get back in the game. That's awesome. And I think leading into the end of next school year, this will be a great call for us to kind of share with all of our teams, which will grow so much by then, so that everyone feels a little bit better prepared going to the summer. But you were awesome. Thank you for sharing your heart and your brain with us tonight.
Thank you, Rachel. Anybody else?
Hi, this is Lauren. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you because I still don't know how to stop sharing my screen. I'm technologically challenged. But I hear you.
Girl, that's okay. No, I was just going to say, I loved your call. I really like what you were saying about follow-up. It's sometimes I think we freak out and think, oh my gosh, I've reached out to this person 2 times. They're going to think I'm a crazy person. They're going to hate me for bothering them. But it just shows, you just reinforce the idea that, it just persistence is so key and people are watching you. And I just love the message that you shared. It was so great. I loved your entire call. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, those follow-ups are key. Be annoying. If you think you're annoying, be it. Because you know what? Jessica probably was for me, because I'm like, yeah, right, I can't do that. But hey, here we are. Go for it.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I think your call was amazing because it really helped me see it from a challenger side, because exactly what you were saying about what you were thinking is exactly kind of what other people have said, or I'm thinking okay, am I being annoying for following up so many times, or things like that. And so it was really cool to see how Jessica just continued to follow up with you, and how what you were saying, timing is everything. Because to me, I'm okay, this person's never going to want to sign up with me. I have followed up and they're still saying no, but then the timing just has to be right. And so it was neat to see that. And kind of what you, I just had a girl sign up the other day, and she has been one that I have been talking to for months. And she's sorry, I'm just not going to do this. I'm sorry for bothering you. Just don't even worry about me anymore. And I didn't listen and I followed up with her and she signed up. So kind of I think it was really cool. So thank you for sharing.
Yay. Thank you. Yes. Keep it going.
The only thing I'm going to add, first of all, good job. And you should totally go live more. You're hilarious. So I don't know if anyone's told you that, but I thought it was so good. And I think my biggest takeaway is how, you felt like you weren't ready or you weren't perfect enough. And that's so real. And that's what you need to constantly be sharing and talking about. That's your story right there, is that you didn't feel like you're fit enough or ate healthy enough, because that's what all of our followers and all of our people, friends and family are thinking. That's what causes people to eye roll, is because we put out the perfect and yes, just worked out. And people are oh God, why are you so happy? And I feel like I get that a lot. So that was a good reminder for me to, be real and one thing that we learned at Summit is the guy said, I forget which speaker it was, but he said, if you never struggled or you never had anything bad happen to you, have something bad happen to you, because that's not real. And that's what you need to share. And so I love that. I think it's awesome, and keep going. And I also love how you shout out the tracker, because that is, I wholeheartedly believe in it. There's so much truth to that. So it's just good to know that you're loving that. And it was amazing. You're hilarious. You need to go live more and just talk, because you were so funny. So good job, really.
Thank you. Maybe one day soon. We'll see.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so such an awesome job. And just remember, just like she was talking about, and I remember the first time, I think like the first month that Amanda actually started coaching, and she's like, I never believed I would ever be in a position where I could help somebody else. And that like stuck with me so hard, because I was like, you know, and like she said, I believed in her way before she believed in herself. And I kept bothering her because she was posting all the freaking time. She's cute as a button. Clearly you see she's hysterical, but she never believed that she could be in this position, because I think that it's so true. We don't portray, it's so simple. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be somebody else's support system. So that really stuck with me. And I try to remember that when I'm bringing on new coaches or new teammates, to help them see that it's simple. All you have to do is stay consistent, and it works. And she almost quit her business after hitting Success Club 6 months in a row. So instead of focusing on the fact that she had hit it 6 months in a row, she focused on the fact that she didn't hit it one. So remember that too. You're going to have blips in the road. You're going to miss targets. You're going to miss goals. But instead of focusing on the good, we only focus on that teeny tiny hiccup. So remember to focus on all the lives that you are impacting, even when you have those roadblocks. And I guarantee Amanda will never miss it again, because it like rocked her world so bad, and she was like beside herself. I guarantee that's all it will take, and it'll like never happen again. But you know, you got to focus on the right stuff. So incredible. I will post the recording. I will get it up. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I hope you have an amazing Sunday evening, and we will see you on the social media. If you're not on Team Cup, make sure to get on one. Bye, y'all.
Thanks.